You know, if you watch this video to become a YouTube partner as quick as you can, I don't know, go watch another one. But if you watch this video because you wanted to know how somebody who made a bunch of random videos made it there, this is how. I don't know how I feel about this light right here. The filmmaker in me doesn't love it, but, you know, I just wanted to put something in the corner. But anyways, I was about to record another video reflecting on my time in Serbia 4 years ago, and I'm still going to do that. But as I was making this Instagram post celebrating or acknowledging that my YouTube channel is now partner, feels weird to say that, it's cool though. I felt like, you know, I just wrote this caption, so I felt like I could just talk about that and explain how I got here. Like I said in the Instagram post, you know, it's a long-term but small accomplishment. You know, long-term because I thought it was going to happen quicker, but I never made any videos for subscribers or for money. I always just put out what I felt like. And small because it doesn't mean I'll be making any money soon. It's only a step, and I've got a long way to go before there's anything legitimate coming. And I feel good about specifically what I've put on there. I've put videos that I've wanted to share, stories from my life, documentaries about my family members, my family, people I've admired. You know, I did a random vlog with a street saxophonist about his perspective of life. It only got like 10 views. I've put up random F1 videos, commentary, music videos, movie reviews, video essays, and of course, all of my short films and documentaries. And like I said, I've never tried to upload things for views or subscribers, and I've never niched down, and I never will. I want this channel to reflect me, my life, my experience, and what I'm doing here, and reflect my growth as a human being, as a filmmaker, and as a storyteller. Artists can get in their heads about, like, why do they feel like they should be listened to? Or why does your perspective on things matter? And I remember when I first started doing YouTube videos 9 years ago or so, I did always feel like I had something to say, but I didn't know what. You know, so I was just putting out random things and making cringe vlogs and talking to the camera. And I look back now and I see that that was the journey, you know, the growth, the humility of knowing that this is much harder than you think it's going to be, especially if you're going to be stubborn about the direction you're going to go. This next point kind of ties into my last video, which is like, at the end of the day, if my channel never gets 100,000 subscribers, I don't know, whatever. Maybe I shouldn't think like that. Maybe I should be like fighting to get to that number, and maybe that will change and I'll push harder, especially if things take off. But right now I'm just very happy with the way things are going, and I've really realized that I needed to humble myself as a storyteller and get back to the basics, because I really do have so much to say, but how you organize it and get it out there and how often you do that, that's the challenge. So I did title this video How I Became a YouTube Partner. So if you're clicking on it just for that, you'll probably skip to this part. I've highlighted it in the description. But I think it really comes down, if we're going with the basic answer, it's I uploaded a couple videos that really took off, specifically a video essay about Empire of the Sun by Steven Spielberg, and a couple Serbia videos, specifically the protest video. Those got me so many watch hours. And that kind of was really, it wasn't everything, especially because the way you need like 4,000 watch hours over the last year. And so a lot of the video essay watch hours were from the past. But I think those, you know, were the main ones. And so if you're looking for any advice, I don't really have that. I don't know. Niche down? No, I'm just kidding. That's not the advice I would give. But if you're really trying to become a partner as fast as you can, pick a niche. But if you want to know my story and how I got here, I'll just say that I've always wanted to be a film director, always wanted to be a storyteller. Like I said, I've always felt like I had something to say. And I've always felt like through uploading, through creating YouTube videos of all different kinds, you're learning how to get your ideas and opinions and thoughts and feelings and everything across, just as a film director would. These are just small videos that teach you things for the bigger ones. And so I definitely feel like video essays and vlogs changed my narrative films and my documentaries. And I think my stubbornness has led me to not realize certain ways to grow faster, maybe making shorter videos, getting to the point quicker, documentaries being shorter. You know, there's so much more behind the scenes content, filmmaking content, cinematography stuff, writing. Fujifilm, photographing weddings, running a business. There's so many more categories of videos that I hope to make, and I will make. What feels good about this is I do feel like I've gotten to this point being me, sharing myself. Like I said, it's for better or worse, like certain videos that I have don't do that well. Certain videos that I've put effort into or care about or feel like are vulnerable don't do as well as some that are based on topics. But I've always felt like, this is my life. This YouTube channel is like my life in a way, and I don't want to be putting things out there that aren't me and that aren't things that have my personality in them. And so it's about learning who you are too, what kind of videos you want to make, what kind of videos are easier for you to make. For me, I'm such a random person in a way. I like to make videos about whatever I feel in the moment. I don't do a great job writing a script. When I just tried for this other video and get halfway through it, and I'm writing a script for me to talk about on YouTube. The best I can do is a short outline because I get midway through writing a paragraph and I'm just like, well, this is all in my head. I can just say it to you right here. And so that's why there's been more of those types of videos, because I'm learning the type of storyteller I am and the type of videos that I can make more often and get thoughts out that are smaller wins so I can build up to bigger ones. Because I have so many bigger films and documentaries and videos that I want to share about my life, my time in Serbia. I want to make videos about the thousands of photos I've taken in my life. I want to make cinematic, street stories. I want to make everything, and that's the gift and the curse of this and where I am. And I know that has held me back from maybe being more of a working cinematographer, maybe landing opportunities as a writer, director, getting monetized on YouTube quicker. Yeah, those things sound appealing, but I don't want to be just one thing. And I think that being a writer, director is all of these things. I'm directing this, even if it's small. I'm writing this in my head, and I do truly feel like that'll come around and pay off when I go to make bigger things. I think that after all of this, if you're looking for advice for someone who it took 9 years to become partner, I'd say the biggest thing that I learned is that a lot of my depression and anxiety built up from me not being who I am and want to be, and creating that person and making things. And I think that one of the hardest things for artists is to continue to try to be themselves when shit's not going right. Family stuff, career stuff, money stuff, whatever. You can easily put yourself in a rut and never make something. Months could go by. That's happened to me so many times. And I think that what I've picked up on now is that the best work, the most fulfilling stuff, and the stuff that really makes me bounce back out of those depressions and back into feeling like somebody who can actually do things is, leaning into those feelings and making things about those feelings. I wrote a whole script about shit happening in my life, and now I'm writing another one, tapping into those things. So I think that, if you watch this video to become a YouTube partner as quick as you can, I don't know, go watch another one. But if you watch this video because you wanted to know how somebody who made a bunch of random videos made it there, this is how. And yeah, I'm proud of it, and I know there's a long way to go, and it's just one of those things that just helps you keep going and looking forward to the future. And also, I want to thank the hundreds of people who have been a part of my videos, who've been in these videos. These are all experiences that I'll cherish for the rest of my life, and I'll always look back on, and that's why I did it, is to capture my life, the people in it, in those time frames, what I was thinking, what I was feeling, what other people were thinking and feeling, what they looked like, what times were like. And I'm very grateful for everyone who's been a part of this journey so far. And yeah, I am really excited for the next 9 years. And yeah, so if you made it this far, you're a real one. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about this light. I really honestly don't know how many more videos this light's gonna be in. It's a little overblown right here. But yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time.